Welcome to Caleb's Basketball Pod. Here we are. The NBA season just started last night. Let's kick off talking about the Celtics Knicks. So this game I thought would be a real test to see where the Knicks line up in the Eastern Conference. And although the season's just starting and we have Bridges trying to get acclimated to the team, Karl Anthony Towns the same. Still thought we'd see kind of how they line up, and I think just early sights in just one game. But normally notice is the Celtics are still the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. I don't think anyone would have thought any differently coming into the season this year, but Celtics just proved it's still their Eastern Conference, that you have to go through them to get to the conference, well, to the NBA Finals. But to be honest, anywhere of any significance, you have to beat the Celtics. They just solidified that last night, in my opinion. When the offense was free-flowing early on in the first three quarters, they couldn't miss. When they started rushing these three-pointers and just shooting them to try and break that record, it looked stagnant. But it was also, besides Pritchard and Sam Hauser, it was guys that won't see tremendous time in the regular season. It's mostly going to be your starters, Pritchard, Hauser, Luke Cornett, guys like that. Al Horford, if you go by off the bench. So, I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. Celtics looked amazing, won by 20-some points over the Knicks. Proved the East still won through them. As for the Knicks, not sure why Bridges is changing his shot. He shot 30-some% last season when he was the guy in Brooklyn, which when you're the guy, that's a lot different than coming off of a ball catch and shoot, being secondary or even forward on the team. That's a lot different. So being the guy means those threes more often than not are contested. Just how it goes, because you're the guy looking for your own shot. You're not having someone feed you, and when you take those threes, it's you made the shot yourself. You did your move, you get into the shot, you take it. Okay, so that's not a bad percentage, actually, averaging 20-some points last season. But decided to change his shot and just looked out of sync, just looked off, and he's looked off all preseason. So I'm not really sure where that came into play, the change in his shot, or why he did it at this point in time. But he needs to get back into it. He needs to, I don't know, I don't want to say disregard all this work on his shot. Apparently he's done, but it's not working. Go back to your shot where you were 30-some% in the NBA on three-pointers. That's not bad. But, I mean, they're a good team. The Knicks, they're still going to compete. It's going to take time to get together. Bridges will come around. I just don't understand why the changing of the shot happened at this moment and happened in this offseason. Karl Anthony Towns did a lot better in preseason. Last night, he just looked a little bit behind the offense. He struggled. Brunson looked good. McBride looked amazing off the bench. Missed like one three, I believe. He's like 8 to 9 or something like that. Amazing off the bench. If they can get that production from him, and not necessarily will you get 8 of 9 threes every night, but if you can just get like the high scoring level that you're getting from him, you have your scoring off the bench. You just need your big and your backup wings. And then at that, you're set. You're going to compete, and we know the Knicks are going to compete in the Eastern Conference. We know they're going to be a team. Now let's go to that Wolves-Lakers game. Lakers, at least from game one, we're seeing a completely different style of play for the Lakers. Not only did they get out on the break more, on fast break, push for pace, run in transition, try to get easy buckets, which I like, because really that's what the league's torn into. And a lot of teams have done it and have been doing it, and it's transition and it's threes. And that's how the league's kind of torn, and that's what we're doing now. So not only did they do that, but just from the way it looked last night, looked like they ran a lot of the offense through Anthony Davis, and maybe this has been a couple seasons coming. And I mean, I still think LeBron is great, But as good as he is, he's in the later stages of his career. Anthony Davis is still in his prime. I think for the last couple of years, you have needed to run the offense for Anthony Davis, and it looked like it. 36 points last night, 18 rebounds. I mean, man was unstoppable. Multiple blocks, couple steals. I mean, the guy just did everything. Like, he's cleaning up misses. He's just putting it back in. He's powering. He's taking advantage of this bigger lineup the Wolves do present, and he's taking advantage of it, and he's just having his way with it. And if we get that Anthony Davis all year, not only is he going to be an MVP contender, but the Lakers can be a top 5 or 6 team in the Western Conference, and not even worry about the play-in if this is the Davis we get all year. I'm just going out and saying it now. And Hachimura looked pretty good last night. 18 points. Hit some lob catch and shoot shots. Cut into the basket. Getting those easy dunks. Lakers look good. I like J.J. Redick's playing style that he has them in. Also, I just want to hit this real quick before I talk about the spread and the games tonight and give you the picks on those. So again, if you want to follow and get your picks in, and like I said yesterday, try and make you some money. So, but I just want to throw this out there. Jason Tatum, I said on my Celtics preview, this may be his last season, this season or next, to have a shot to be an MVP contention and actually win the MVP award. And people give a lot of criticism, but he is an MVP caliber player. And if he keeps playing like this, 30-some points last night, nearly unstoppable, got whatever shot he wanted, and hey, at 10 assists, this man did y'all last night. Then he very well possibly, again, could be much like Davis in the MVP one and in the top 5 in MVP ranking. So far, this season's shaping up to be a great one. 2 really interesting games last night. Also want to say this real quick before I start on these spreads and these picks. DraftKings, FanDuel, Prize Picks, something like that. Pick us up. Sponsor the show, and we'll call this section the DraftKings, the FanDuel section, but whatever you call. If you sponsor this show, we pick you up, and then we can give some codes out to some fans. Hey, that'd be fun, and this is something I'm going to stick with. So pick us up, sponsor us. We'll get out there. We'll try to get some codes if you do for fans, and maybe they can win some stuff with a fantasy league or something like that. That'd be interesting. But I just need you guys to pick us up. So like I said, we'll make it your segment. It will no longer be the Vegas spread segment or the pick segment. It will be the FanDuel or the DraftKings or the whatever betting site segment. So yeah, just pick us up. Now here we go. We're going to start. With Pacers Pistons. There's no injuries of any significance that I really seen. And we have Pacers minus 5.5. I'm taking Pacers on that one. I think they'll win by more than 6 points over the Pistons. Next one, we have Nets Hawks. Nets are missing Bogdanovic. Don't really see too many injuries on the Hawks. Nets are plus 6.5. Not really sure where that's coming from or where those odds are coming from. But I'm going to go Hawks on this one. I think the Hawks could very well win. And if they don't win, I think they'll be closer than not to win. And it's going to be a close game. Nets and Hawks for that one. Like I said, I'm not really sure where the 6.5 comes. I don't think the Nets are all that much better than the Hawks, if even better than the Hawks, and it's in Atlanta. So, I mean, yeah, I'm going Hawks on that one. Next, we have Magic at Heat. This one's pretty close. They have Magic at plus 2.5. So what I do think is going to be close. It's in Miami, but I'm going Orlando on this one. Orlando's my pick for that one. I do think they'll win by more than 3 points. So we're going to go Orlando. And let's just circle back up. We have under 233 for the Pistons Pacers. Under 233. Pacers are probably going to score 120 themselves. Pistons, yeah, I'd say under 2. I'd see Pistons scoring up at 120 or close to. Even if they score 110, which may be a stretch. That'd still be under 233. So yeah, we'll say under. We have over 220 for the Nets. Hawks. Over 220. Yeah, neither team's going to be all that defensive. We'll go over. And then for the Magic Heat, we have under 210. I'm most definitely going with that. 2 defensive teams. Yeah, I believe it'll be under 210. Okay, now on to Bucks Sixers. We have plus 3.5 for the Sixers here. I think Milwaukee's going to win by more than 4. As we know, significant injuries to Paul George and Joel Embiid. I'd be surprised if it was a close game. So we're going to go Bucks here. We have over 225. I do think it'll be over 225. Both pretty high-scoring teams. Even without Embiid and George, I still think the Sixers can get points up. Maxey, Caleb Martin, Kelly Oubre, Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry. Still pretty good roster out there. Yeah, we'll go over. We have Cavs Raptors here. We have Cavs minus 6.5. It's in Toronto. I am going with the Cavs. I do think they'll win by more than 6. RJ Barrett's out. He's someone that gives Cleveland problems when they play him, whether it's New York or Toronto, and he's not playing. Scotty Barnes will probably have a pretty good game. He usually plays good, him and Mobley's battles. But I'm still going to go Cavs over 7. So, yeah, we'll go Cavs here. Under 218. No, I'm going over 218. Cavs have been playing a lot faster pace, kind of like how we saw from the Lakers last night since Atkinson took over. At that point, I believe that they score a lot, and defense is a little bit harder to come by when you play at such a fast pace. So, yeah, I go over 218 on that one. Hornets Rockets. We have Rockets at minus 7.5. Wow. So they had like 8-point favorites over the Hornets. I'm going to say it's closer than that, so we're going to go Hornets. Either Hornets win or it's closer than that. And over 234, that seems about right. Neither team really is that good defensively, so yeah. We'll go again Hornets on that one. We have Bulls Pelicans. Mind you, Bulls in preseason have been the fastest paced team in the league. So Wes Unseld Jr. has changed their style a lot. So we're expecting more points, and especially with Lonzo Ball back, more points for the Bulls. We have the Bulls at plus 5.5. I do think the Pelicans will win, but it's possible Zion won't play. Dejounte Murray is probable. Trey Murphy is out with a hamstring injury. Okay, so 6-point win for the Pelicans. I still think with Dejounte Murray probable, and assuming Ingram playing and McCollum playing and Herb Jones playing, I do think that they still win by more than 5. We have over 221. I'm most definitely going yes, because the Bulls have been the fastest paced team, as I mentioned in preseason. Grizzlies Jazz. We have the Grizzlies at minus 2.5. Grizzlies do have injuries to Jaren Jackson, C.G. Jackson, and Luke Kennard. Jazz do not have any injuries reported. I still think Grizzlies will win by more than 3. So we're going to go Grizzlies. And we have under 228. That seems about right. Neither team's high offense. So yeah, we'll go under 228 there. We have Suns Clippers. We have the Clippers at plus 5.5. Just James Harden. As we know, Kawhi is going to be out for extended period of time. Yeah, I think Suns will win by more than 6, so we'll go Suns on that one. They have over 224, I believe so. Neither team has all that great defense, and the James Harden-led team is never defensive, so Yeah, we'll go over on that. Last, we have Warriors and Blazers. We have Warriors at -5.5. I do think they'll win by more than 6 against the Blazers, so yes, we'll go Golden State on that one. And under 226, I'm going over 226 on that one. And that is it for this episode of Caleb's Basketball Pod. I'll be back tomorrow giving you our spread. Like I said, pick us up. One of you betting sites, pick us up here, and we'll have you guys sponsor, and we'll try to give out some giveaways to our fans and our loyal listeners. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll keep this train moving. Come back and check out and see how our picks are doing. See what we talk about on Friday, because tomorrow's just going to be picks. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday.